Okay, so here we are at the range. Today we're going to do the first seating test on the 6BR Alpha brass. These will be, of course, 3 blow-offs, and then we're going to go from 1.710 to 1.659. So right now I'm going to shoot the first 3 blow-offs, and then we'll go from there. I'm going to be aiming at the circle, so wherever it lands, I can't change once I start. Okay, so those are the first 3 blow-offs, which were seated at 1.710. Now I've got a group of 3 to shoot at 1.710. So I need to move to the next target. Okay, so that's what 1.710 looks like. Now we're going to 1.707. We got a dud primer there. Well, I switched over to these primers. Maybe I may be going back because I never had a dud with the Federals. All right. So that was the 707s. We got a dud primer there. Well, I switched over to these primers. Maybe I may be going back because I never had a dud. Now moving to the 1.704. After I get done with all these, I'll save them. Then when I get back to the bench, we'll do their sizes. Okay, so now we're moving on to 1.701. Okay, that was the 1.701s. Let's take a look at that. It gives us a group size of 0.17 inches and a mean radius of 0.08 inches. That's pretty nice. All right, now moving on to 1. Now we will give it a rest for a couple of minutes. Okay, now for the 1.698. Almost lost where I was. Yeah, that's a 1/4 inch. 0.13 mean radius. Okay, that's a 1.698. Now the 1.695. Now all these tests here, these are the first seating tests. I forgot to throw this in there, but these are all shot with the Eric Cortina EC tuner set at 0. That is the last test, is the tuner test. All right, now moving on to the 1.692. Okay, so that's it for this page. I mean, this target of 8. There's only 8 targets on these, so I'm going to save this now. And then later, we'll blow these all up. Okay, now we are back. We are looking at a new target. And here we'll be starting at 1.689. Am I correct? Yes. Forgot to put the mirrors on. It's a little loud. Oh, that was the 1.689, and it seems to like that baby. We got a group size of 0.09 inches and a mean radius of 0.04. Those are basically all in the same hole. Nice. Now hopefully this next group follows it up pretty good. So that's what you want to look for, at least 2 that are good right next to each other. So now we are moving to the 1.686 on target 2. Wow. It really doesn't like that at all now, does it? Okay, that was 1.686. Now moving to 1.683. Okay, so that's it for the 1.683. Now moving on to 1.680. Okay, that's it for the 1.680s. Now we're going to give it a rest. Okay, I am back, and I think we are on. What are we on now? We are on 1.677. Moving down to target 5. Well, that's a nice little group. All right, now moving on to 1.674. Okay, 1674 is done. Now moving to point 1671. Okay, that's it for 1.671. Now on to 1.668. Okay, that's it for 1668. I'm going to save this target now. Now we're going to shoot 1.665 on target 1. All right, that was 1.665, now to 1.662. Yeah, these are definitely open up. All right, now to the last group, 1.659. Well, that's it for this season test. I'm going to shut this down now. We'll get back and we'll go over all this stuff. Okay, what we have here are the first 2 sheets. The third one I'm not even going to bother putting up there because it just started getting so far away. It isn't even worth showing. But there are a couple of good groups here. I'm kind of impressed. I mean, they're all pretty tight except a couple, which I'm impressed with. So, I mean, we can see this one right here is the holy grail. I mean, its group size is 0.09 inches and its mean radius is 0.04. But look at each side of it. This means nothing. You cannot just pick one. It's got to have something good on either side of it or getting better from one side. Like if this started opening up and opening up. But what could have happened here is very simple. Could be my fault. This 3 might have been over here, or this 2 might have been over here, but I moved the gun and shot bad and put it over here, if you understand what I mean. I made this happen by shooting bad. The 2 and the 3 were probably going to be over here somewhere. So what I'm looking at, and which is really odd, because usually that barrel and these Lapua Skinners like to shoot with a good jump. 30 or 40 thousandths. Now this 1710, that is just 10 thousandths off the lands, okay? Because the lands are at 1.720. What I'm liking right here is this 1701. Because you can see 1710 here, which is what this is to the blow-offs. They start coming together. Now, we missed the 3rd shot here because we had a dud primer, if you'll remember. So that's starting to come together. Then it comes together here. It's a little vertical. Then it comes together nicely here. Okay, a little horizontal. Then it starts opening up a little bit. That isn't bad. That's still a fairly nice group, although it's 0.38 inches. And then it opens up a little more, and then it opens up a little more, and it goes away. Okay? And then right after that is this, like I say. Look, between here and here, you can't have this. So this, somehow I made this happen. And then the rest of it is, okay. So what I want to do is somewhere between this 690, 1.698 and 1.701, I'm probably going to go with 1.700, because what's going to happen is it's going to get longer as the lands wear away. So 1.700 is going to become 1.701 after a couple hundred rounds. It wears down. I'm not exactly sure how fast my barrel wears down, but it's always to be good on the loaded on the shorter sides, because the bullet's going to get longer as it goes. And I could start, I don't know, 1698, or I could go run another bullet test between, say, 1698 and 1702. But I'm going to stick with this right now. I'm going to go with 1700, and I hope you understand my reasoning, because the barrel is going to do nothing but make the bullets get longer. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use 1.700 is my seating depth. And what else I did do today, after I was done with the seating test, I still have 100 of the Alpha brass to fire form. I didn't do all 200 of them last time. I just did 100, and I figured as I'm going and doing this testing, I'll do 30 or 40 at the end of all the testing or something. Because I just got bored doing it last time. So I got 40 of those fired off today. So the next thing I'm going to do is either load up a little seating test. I don't think so. But I'm going to load up some powder test ones now with what I got left. Alrighty then. See you on the next video. Hope you enjoyed this. If you liked this video, please do the channel a favor and leave a like, subscribe, and hit the bell for all notifications to get notified on new videos. Also, here is a QR code you can scan to get to the website, where there is a wealth of information and my shop page. Thank you for watching.